Greetings, happiness hunters. Welcome to a new episode of Pursuit of Happiness, where we explore the funny side of psychology. Today, we're diving into the world of the 6 love languages. Yes, you heard it right, 6. That's more than the number of continents we have, unless you're a flat earther who doesn't believe in continents. So, buckle up as we embark on this journey to understand love languages and maybe, just maybe, decode the mystery of your love life. Our first love language is words of affirmation. This isn't about sweet talking or flattery, but genuine compliments and encouragement. It's about expressing love and appreciation through the power of words. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the world of verbal virtuosos. Picture this. You're in the kitchen, pouring your heart and soul into making the perfect lasagna. You've followed the recipe to the letter, but despite your best efforts, the final product tastes like a gourmet rendition of shoe leather. Your partner takes a bite, chews thoughtfully, and then, with a smile that could outshine the sun, they say, "Honey, this is the most unique lasagna I've ever tasted." Now, you both know that unique in this context is a polite synonym for unpalatable. Still, you can't help but feel a warm glow of appreciation. After all, they could have said, "Darling, did you boil this in a shoe?" But they chose to focus on the positive, the effort, and the courage it took for you to even attempt making lasagna, especially after the spaghetti incident of 2022. That, my friends, is the power of words of affirmation. It's not about lying or sugarcoating the truth. It's about finding that silver lining, no matter how thin, and highlighting it with a giant neon marker. It's about recognizing effort, acknowledging feelings, and appreciating individuality. It's about saying, "I love you," not just with grand gestures, but with small, everyday comments that make your partner feel seen, heard, and valued. Remember, it's not about the words themselves, but the sentiment behind them. It's about showing your partner that you see them for who they truly are and love them, shoe leather lasagna and all. So, if you find yourself dating a wordsmith, you better start brushing up on your vocabulary. And maybe keep a dictionary handy because you're going to need it. Scene script. Next up, we have acts of service. This is for those who believe actions speak louder than words, or in this case, louder than a screaming baby at a rock concert. Now let's dive into this language of love. Picture this. You come home after a long day, and you see that your partner has taken out the trash without being asked. Exciting, right? But wait, there's more. They didn't just take out the trash, they've also cleaned the entire house, prepared your favorite meal, and even found time to fix that squeaky door you've been complaining about for weeks. Wow, talk about a superhero. Or should we say, a love language hero? But here's the kicker. The person who's fluent in acts of service doesn't just do these things because they feel obligated. No, my friends, they do it because they genuinely want to make your life easier. It's their way of showing love and care. And for them, seeing you happy and stress-free is the biggest reward. However, it's not always about grand gestures. It could be as simple as making a cup of coffee in the morning, or taking care of a pesky bug that's been flying around the house. It's the little things that count. And the beauty of this love language? It's in the everyday acts that we often overlook. But let's not get too carried away. If your partner's primary love language is acts of service, it doesn't mean they expect you to become a round-the-clock personal assistant. It's about understanding their needs and showing your love through meaningful actions. And who knows? You might even find yourself enjoying these acts of service. So if you've made it this far and you're nodding along thinking, "Yes, that's my partner all right," then congratulations. You're in for a life filled with practical, yet heartwarming acts of love. Just remember to reciprocate in a way that speaks to their love language. Remember, if your partner is an acts of service kind of person, be ready to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. Moving on to receiving gifts. No, this doesn't mean your partner expects a diamond ring every other day. Well, unless you're dating a Kardashian. Now let's delve into the wonderful world of receiving gifts. This love language is all about the joy of giving and receiving. It's not about materialism, but rather the thoughtfulness and effort behind the gift. Even something as simple as a note left on the fridge can send a person's heart aflutter. Let's imagine for a moment our friend Bob. Bob's partner Alice has the love language of receiving gifts. Alice comes home one day to find a brand new toothbrush in her favorite color waiting for her in the bathroom. Now, most people might think, "A toothbrush? Really, Bob?" But not Alice. Alice is over the moon. She's doing a happy dance right there in the bathroom, hugging that toothbrush like it's a long-lost friend. Why? Because in her eyes, that toothbrush isn't just a tool for dental hygiene, It's a symbol of Bob's love and care. You see, for Alice, it's not about the price tag. It's about the fact that Bob thought of her while he was out, that he took the time to remember her favorite color, and that he made the effort to surprise her. It's about the love and thoughtfulness that the gift represents. So if you're like Bob and your partner is a gift lover like Alice, take note. It's not about showering them with expensive presents. It's about showing them you care in a way that resonates with them. That could mean surprising them with their favorite candy bar after a long day, or picking up a book that you know they'll love. Remember, gifts are visual symbols of love, and it's the thought and effort that count the most. So don't stress about finding the perfect expensive gift. Instead, focus on the sentiment behind the gift. So if you're in love with a gift lover, keep those surprise presents coming. Just remember, size doesn't always matter. Now, let's talk about quality time. This isn't about binge-watching Netflix together, but about giving your undivided attention to your partner. Picture this. You're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. You and your partner are huddled in a rickety old cabin. The undead are pounding at the door, and your partner turns to you and says, "Honey, I think we need to talk about our feelings." You might think they've lost their mind, but no, they're simply a quality time person. Quality time isn't about the quantity of time you spend together, but the quality of that time. This isn't about glancing at your phone every 5 minutes while your partner is pouring their heart out to you. It's about being present, being engaged, and giving your partner your full attention. It's about making them feel valued and important. It's about showing them that they matter more to you than the latest episode of your favorite show, or even surviving a zombie apocalypse. Now you might be thinking, but what about the zombies? And that's a fair point. But to a quality time person, the zombies could wait. The world could be ending, and they'd still want to sit down with a cup of tea and have a heart-to-heart conversation. Of course, this doesn't mean you need to ignore the zombies completely. You just need to find a balance. Maybe you could set up a few traps, make sure the doors are securely locked, and then sit down for a chat. Or perhaps you could have a deep, meaningful conversation while you're barricading the doors. Who knows, it might even make the apocalypse a little more bearable. The point is, if your partner is a quality time person, you need to make them feel like they are your top priority. You need to show them that you value their thoughts, their feelings, and their company more than anything else in the world, zombies included. So, if your partner is a quality time person, forget about multitasking. It's all about them. Last but not least, we have physical touch. This isn't just about the hanky-panky, but about hugs, hand-holding, and even playful shoves. For those who speak this love language, physical contact is about more than just touch. It's a primary way of communicating love, care, and belonging. It's like their bodies have their own secret language, whispering sweet nothings in the form of a squeeze of the hand or a pat on the back. Now let's bring this to life with a humorous example. Picture this. You're at the grocery store with your partner. You're on a mission to conquer the produce aisle when suddenly you find yourself in a surprise cuddle fest in the middle of the oranges and apples. They're hugging you from behind, giving you a little squeeze, maybe even tickling you a bit. You might even find a random smooch planted on your cheek just as you're reaching for a head of lettuce. That's right, a trip to the grocery store isn't just a chore for a physical touch person. It's an opportunity for a love fest. They can't help but express their affection in the most tangible way possible. Every touch, every caress, every playful shove, while arguing over which cereal to buy is their way of saying, "I love you and you're important to me." But remember, physical touch isn't always about grand gestures. It can be as simple as a comforting hand on your shoulder after a long day, a warm hug when you're feeling down, or a high five when you've achieved something great. It's about creating a bond that goes beyond words, connecting on a deeper level through the power of touch. So if you're with a physical touch person, be ready for lots of snuggles and get comfortable with PDA. Embrace these moments of connection and remember, it's not just about the touch, it's about the love that's being communicated. Enjoy the cuddle fest at the grocery store, the random kisses, and yes, even the playful shoves, because that's their way of saying they love you, in a language that's as old as humanity itself. Now that you've made it this far and hopefully had a few laughs, don't forget to smash that subscribe and like button. It's like a digital high five, the kind that doesn't leave you hanging. It's your way of saying, "Hey, I dig this content," and ours of saying, "Awesome, we'll keep it coming." Let's make it a game, shall we? Can we reach 1,000 high fives or maybe even 2,000? Just imagine it, a wave of positivity spreading across the globe, one high five at a time. It's like a worldwide game of tag, and you're it. And while you're at it, why not share this video with a friend, or a lover, or a stranger on the bus? Who knows, they might be a Words of Affirmation person who needs a good laugh today. Remember, every click brings you one step closer to mastering the pursuit of happiness. Well, folks, that's all the time we have today on Pursuit of Happiness. I hope you've enjoyed our linguistic safari through the wilds of affection. Now you're armed with the knowledge to traverse the dense jungle of love languages. You're practically a love linguist. So go forth, translate those cryptic messages, and decode the secrets of the heart. And remember, love may be a battlefield, but at least now you know what weapons to bring. Until next time, keep pursuing that happiness.